It's very disappointing that yesterday was red in terms of ADA. And I think a lot of people are getting lulled to sleep, lulled into complacency. And this is why a lot of people are going to mess things up, because we just saw one of the most significant moments in Cardano history. We actually saw Bitcoin enter Cardano and move back. And this is one of the moments we have been waiting for, that major step in interoperability. And we're going to talk about what exactly took place, what this could mean for Cardano moving forward. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So yesterday, of course, a sea of red, but what was green was the optimism surrounding Cardano, because we actually saw the first ever Bitcoin enter the Cardano ecosystem via Bitcoin OS. And what they actually did yesterday was a demo transaction that sent 1 BTC from a Bitcoin wallet to a Cardano wallet and back without relying on a traditional bridge infrastructure, touting this as the first bridgeless cross-chain transfer. Now, why this is so important is we're trying to get to this point where we can remove a lot of these intermediaries, these middlemen, because bridges have had exploits. Bridges have had hacks. So if you can get rid of that and actually utilize Cardano consensus, it's a pretty big deal. And we're going to talk about that more a little bit later on here. But the way that this worked was we saw 1 BTC actually locked, wrapped, and minted directly on the Bitcoin blockchain and converted into XBTC, a new fully programmable token developed by Bitcoin OS. This token contained cryptographic proof of the original Bitcoin's existence and value. Once wrapped, the XBTC token then made its way to Cardano network, arriving first in hybrid Bitcoin and Cardano L2 Sundial Protocol's wallet. From there, it moved to another wallet for Handle, an on-chain identity solution for Cardano, after which the token then returned to the Bitcoin network, where it was burned and unwrapped back into regular Bitcoin, completing the journey. So this is a pretty big deal because it shows that these two ecosystems can now be interconnected. And what you can actually see is building with Cardano, utilizing BTC, or vice versa, building with BTC, utilizing Cardano. You being able to utilize Cardano consensus is a pretty big deal. And this is a major step in interoperability that we've been talking about, but we've been waiting for a very long period of time. And you have now been able to connect to the most liquidity in the crypto ecosystem, right? We're talking about hundreds of billions to trillions of dollars in liquidity in this market cycle that can now utilize Cardano. It's a very big deal. And we're going to find out a lot more about this later on this month as we get to Bitcoin Vegas. I'm sure there will be some more unveilings that take place. I'm sure our eyes will be open to these projects that are building. I mean, this is a big deal, guys. It is. It's one of the biggest steps we've ever made. This utilizes zero knowledge proofs instead of custodial arrangements. I mean, this is what crypto is built for. It's a pretty darn big deal. I won't spend more time on that. But what I will say is very disappointing is the fact that we had a red day yesterday. And unfortunately, I think a lot of people miss this. A lot of people, frankly, don't care, but it's because they don't understand the bigger picture of what this means for Cardano and ADA. All right. Now, that being said, ADA right now still bouncing around within structure here. We're still right now are at the bottom of this big bull flag, or I guess smaller bull flag that we're printing right now inside of our big bull flag. And we're just kind of chopping around. I think retail at this point is just really exhausted and just tired of seeing red after red after red, and then just getting these bursts of excitement here and there. Now, again, the big thing we want to see, guys, is ADA hold structure. We want a higher low than what we had back here. That's the big thing we're focusing on here. And yeah, we should be building momentum. I think right now we're just kind of waiting for Wednesday. Tomorrow is going to obviously be a very big day once the Fed meeting is complete and Jerome Powell speaks. We need some positive sentiment, and I don't know what it's going to look like, frankly. Jerome tends to play stuff pretty close to the vest. He tends to be kind of non-committal, but changes need to be made. I think that's very apparent. We're seeing that from the macro data, that there needs to be some shift in policy one way, shape, or form. And that is when ADA will start to do better. Now, what I will say is, BTC has kind of gotten a little stuck in the mud here as of late, and the crypto ecosystem wanted to keep seeing those steps forward, but it hasn't been seeing it. And one of the reasons why is there has been a bunch of whale selling that's taken place. In fact, whales have offloaded 50,000 BTC over the last 10 days. So we're dealing with these kind of ebbs and flows. We're seeing the capital or the assets move from the hands of the inpatient to the hands of the patient. And unfortunately, this has been happening a lot lately. There's been a lot of shuffle down here at the bottom. And right now, what I will say is actually still a very good sign, guys, is we are still currently within structure. We're still building that inverse head and shoulders that could potentially lead ADA on this big breakout. Right now is not a time to be bearish. It's really not. And people can always do what they want. Me, I'm very optimistic about where things are at. I see a lot of things are incredibly oversold right now. And that tends to be when we have some of the biggest opportunities and we're in the biggest position for a bounce. So let me know your thoughts. How big of a deal do you think this Bitcoin OS is going to be? Is this going to utilize the Cardano consensus in a big way? And could this, in fact, be something where once we start to flip around, it actually creates a bit of an accelerant for ADA to surge to some impressive highs? So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.